Welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 2499 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are joined by Lee Padabadababadabadoo. Say hi, Lee.
Yo.
Yes.
Hello.
That was a clear, defined signal for me to sync the audio to. You are joined by the Richter Straps endorsee, Mr. Oh my gosh, it's Josh.
Good evening, everyone.
Guten Tag. You are also joined by... Hi, Matt. he's silent. Matt, I can't hear you. Speak up.
I can't do my joke now, because unless you tell me to say hi, Matt.
Say hi, Matt.
Say hi, Matt. Hi, Matt.
Way! We didn't ruin it.
I mean, Matt did a bit, didn't he?
It was seamless. Seamless, damn it. Seamless.
Matt, does that only work at the beginning of the show, or is it like a Tourette's thing?
Well, if you ever ask me to say hi, Matt, I will say hi, Matt.
Pavlovian
hi,
response, yeah.
Hi, Matt.
Okay, this is going to be an ongoing thing for this episode.
Well, we will see how far that we can run with that and how much humour we can extract from it, and eventually how much it will be a dead horse that we just continue beating. But
Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
damn it. Right, so it is our 249th episode of the Fret Talk podcast. 250 sounds like a milestone, doesn't it? Do we need to do something special for that?
Yes.
No.
I mean, we've split down. Is this week's hot take? Do we do something special for?
What would we do?
I don't know. Maybe a quiz. Maybe a little dance.
My answer then is firmly in the no camp.
I mean, that's 2 against 1, and I've not voted, and I abstain. So there you go. No, it is. I tell you what, Fret Talk
Life.
How did you say no when it was your idea?
It wasn't. I was merely asking the question.
You asked the question. You didn't say we had to.
Yeah, I'll put it in the podcast group. See what they say. But they better get their asses into gear, because if they don't do it before like Monday night of next week, then it ain't happening. I tell you that.
And they also need to tell us what we have to do.
Yeah, within reason.
Gear related.
Indeed. Right. So
Manager Bimpson's in there. He'll say for us to do anything.
Yeah. He might do. Nah, Bimson's pretty cool. He's he agreed with me this week on a bit of the hot take, which we'll mention a bit later. But before we do that, we have to pontificate on our own worldly doings this week. Who wants to go first? Who wants to tell us what you've been up to?
Oh, I've not been doing much, so I'll get myself out of the way. I've been continuing the studio build and been moving everything down there, and found out that I own just shy of 100 pedals.
Nice.
Which is a little bit insane.
What is the pedal that you own the most of? What type of pedal?
I don't know. I didn't
Did you
even
not
think that far.
categorise them as you were doing it?
Rookie.
No,
Those are
because
rookie
I don't
numbers,
have
Lee.
them all here. I did put them together, but I put them in together like of boutique pedals, main brands. I put Boss pedals together. I put the MXR pedals together, and then stuff like that. So if you look at the shelf behind, but that's absolutely full now, and there's no room for more, and there is more.
No la-di-da boutique pedals.
Well, yeah, that comes under anything that isn't like from a main brand. So take effects, for instance.
Indeed.
You know? But I probably would say overdrives, distortions.
Which one? Overdrives or distortions? Which one are we going for?
I think distortions.
Cool. I would almost categorically say that I've got more overdrives than anything else. Phasers might be the next one, I'll be honest.
I'm pretty sure if I looked through my pedals, I would have more overdrives than I do all of the other pedals combined.
Yeah, it's by far and away the most popular. To be honest, I could probably categorise that into tube screamers because I've got a fair few of them.
Guess what? I've got very, very, very few of. Like probably about 3 or 4.
Flanger.
Ring modulation.
Hey!
No, fuzzes.
Ah.
Most people have mainly fuzzes, and
Yeah.
I just don't.
I have 2 fuzzers.
But aren't yours the good ones?
I've got
the best
the
ones.
37 effects, little fat guy, little coat, and 8 effects, Ways of Dead. And I don't see any need to buy another fuzz.
Well, they both have the same kind of control layout, which is just more. And it's one sound, and it's the best sound. So
yeah, and
I can't argue with
that. If I need a small board, put the small one on. If I need a big board, put the big one on.
Indeed, is it the GE or the silicon?
Silicon. I looked when Stuart did his sale over the weekend. I looked, but he doesn't have any germanium Raise the Deads. It was the normal germanium fuzzers that's got more than one control, and I can't be doing with that.
I mean, you could just turn both controls up, and then that's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not, though. I've had one of the germaniums before, and it's just a very, very different sound.
Yeah. To be honest,
in my head, it's a very different sound.
I think I prefer the silicon. I know a lot of people are like, oh, germanium, because it's germanium, it's the best. I think I prefer the silicon. It's angrier and more gainy. So I'm down with that. But that being said, I've got the Moore grey phase, which is a germanium fuzz face. That's fucking awesome.
When I eventually get around to doing my favourite fuzz pedal demo, then you will all be eating your words and you'll be rushing out to buy this fuzz that I will eventually video.
It's the Joyo Voodoo Octave.
Nope.
It's better not be the Tone City Fox Fuzz, because that's fucking trash.
I mean, the Voodoo Octave was almost universally panned as shit. I picked one up for £10, and that I think that was posted as well. And then they've suddenly got a resurgence where people are going, no, these are really good. Like, there's absolutely nothing changed. It is still a really shitty sounding fuzz, but it's been like discovered that it's based on a specific like vintage fuzz, and because of that, people are absolutely losing their mind over it.
I bet it's a Fox, the fuzzy one, the furry one.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
the Tone Machine, is it, or something like that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and it's it is a tone. It does sound like Velcro.
Yeah, and that was the issue, because it's got a switchable octave, but it's also got this weird mid-cut control. And you add the octave, and it makes it sound slightly worse. You add the mid-cut, and it sounds slightly worse. You add both, and it sounds like double bad. So it's a really strange one to dial in, and it's got a tone control, I believe, that shouldn't be there. Because like the options for the tone of it are like woolly arse, and then just really too harsh, and there's a really, really fine band where it sounds okay. But you know what, you guys do you. If you like the Joyo Voodoo Octave,
just want us to fuck ourselves.
No, I said
no, the listeners.
Yeah, whoever likes the Voodoo Octave, that's fine. You go ahead and do that. But thank you. Cheers. Whoever
Where
that
did
was.
that come from?
I don't know. Just because the noise gate will get that. Someone was laughing hysterically in the background there, and I'm gonna take it. I'm
just looking at my
penis.
My pedal, my pedal shelves, and I think I do only have 4 fuzzes on that out of all those. And by the looks of it, the majority of them, not the majority, but the most consistent type of pedal is distortions. But when I say distortions, I'm talking about Marshall Governor, Rats, that sort of thing. That we've got metal zones, we've got some high gain stuff on there, but it is like low gain distortions, if you like.
Yeah. Okay. And what fuzzes do you have? What are we saying? Oh, you've got the FZ, haven't you? The FZ. The Waza.
Okay, so that makes 5 then. So I've got one that's discontinued. I can't remember what it's called, so I won't talk about that. Then I've got I've got that 2-knob square blue. I think it's called the 108 fuzz from MXR, which was basically
Yes,
a
I
fuzz
remember
face,
that
but in
one.
a square thing.
We did a weird live stream on that, didn't we?
Yeah,
That was strange.
I've got the one that we did with Xander for Pedalboards of Doom collab for
the
Black Lives Matter.
cafetiere, the BLM cafetiere.
Yeah, the 2-knob one. It's
Yeah.
really nice. That it looks so good. And then I've got the Super Fuzz, the Behringer Super Fuzz.
Oh, cool! I've got that as well. I think. Don't you have that as well, Josh?
Nope.
Well, that's that. Fuck you conversation. Fuck
I do
you.
have the OD 200, which has a fuzz in it because it's a multi overdrive, isn't it? So
Yeah, but that class is multi effects more than anything, really.
yeah,
I'd say so.
I've got a surprisingly amazing collection of modulations and weird effects and tremolos and stuff like that, which makes me very happy.
Indeed. Yeah, Trem's are wicked. I love Trem. It's very much an unsung hero.
Got a lot of delays as well.
Do you know what the best tremolo pedal is? Vox AC30.
I mean, it's quite an expensive tremolo pedal if you're just using it for the tremolo. But yeah,
I mean, you're wrong, but okay.
Yeah, I think the ones in Defenders were better.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
have any of the
Trematron.
Fender stuff.
I mean,
I wouldn't have a Fender amp again. It just lasted 3 months and then slightly fell over, and now it's dead. Wouldn't ever go back down the Fender route. Also, like having seen a few people online, I wouldn't ever buy a cheap Fender amp. They're just not very well put together compared to the Voxes.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy an expensive one either because they're heavy.
I'm not fussed about weight. I mean, my AC15 weighs the same as an AC30,
which is
it's a 212
equivalent to a small star.
Yeah.
Josh mentioned the Trematron there. That is a brilliant pedal, and so is the delay. What was the delay called as well? It was the same as the Trematron. I forget.
I don't know.
That's
What's
where
the
we're
Trematron? Who is
The
it?
Trematron's a tremolo that you can change
Stone Deaf, yeah.
Yeah. It's got MIDI presets. It's got loads of stuff on it, but it's
you don't
it's
need
like the ultimate.
Why do you need
tremolo.
MIDI for a fucking tremolo?
No, you need it to
you can
set. It's a subtle wobble, and that's it.
No, it's subtle wobble. Then you want like really safe. In what song is it by Audio Slave? There's one where it's got a really intense tremolo.
Cochise on the intro.
No, Cochise is whammy and delay on the intro.
Are you thinking How Soon Is Now by the Smiths?
Show Me How to Live. Show Me How to Live.
Or Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
What's the what?
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
What?
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
I don't know. What is the frequency, Kenneth? Is this like a knock-knock joke? Like a really bad knock-knock joke?
No, they're just boomers. Leave them to it.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Grandad. Get back in your old people's home.
REM song from the 80s.
All I've got to say...
REM? Who are they?
I'm sorry. All I have to say
Michael
to you
Stipe.
is...
I suppose everyone hurts, don't they?
Hi, Matt.
Terrible. Josh. You have been doing a little bit of recording. Some might say more recording. Paramore recording. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, it was a segue. We had to shoehorn that motherfucker in there.
I mean, we should put this out and push it because there's an Oscar in there for you.
Indeed. Maybe. Who knows? So you've been recording you've been recording some Paramore tunes because you are part of Paramore, the UK's premier Paramore tribute.
Yes,
indeed.
And so obviously we're kind of before we get back on the road and start all the gigs up. And the first one is 16th of July down in Swindon. If you're listening down there, get your tickets and come along. Cheeky plug.
What do you call me?
Huh?
I mean, it is completely deserved.
And
It should be hashtag gentle plugging.
lukewarm plug. So I have kind of, they've said, oh, you seem to know what you're doing with all social media stuff. You be in charge of it, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
okay,
thanks.
well,
Yeah, I'm already doing pedal boards of doom.
Rammstein Army and God knows how many other projects. And they were like, what should we do? And I said, well, if you want to get some, get some viewership in and get the promotion going, I said, we'll do a video. We'll do a video and release one of the songs, do one of the popular ones. And it was and in between Decode, the one from Twilight, but we decided with Misery Business.
Yeah, it's a bit kind of dreary, isn't it? Decode.
Decode's probably our strongest song. Like in the fact of it's with using with using the performance, and with using things like the space echo for some of the tones and things like that. It does sound really, really dreamy. But we decided with Misery Business, so it was my first time kind of miking up drums and trying to kind of actually do, like, I guess, a sound engineer sort of shindig.
It's tough, isn't it?
Well, they were like, yeah, you know what you're doing. And I was like,
yeah,
I'll point this one here, and that one
I
can
do.
go there.
Yeah, why are you marking the back of the kick drum fucking pedal?
Yeah, because the
Tone,
drummer was like, where do you want to put the like, where do you want to put the kick mic? Do you want it in, or do you want it like on the, like just outside of the
just the tip? Just the tip is what you want.
Yeah. And I was just like, I'll just rest it on the duvet that you've got in there.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Looks about right.
Did you mic up all the toms individually, or did you just use an overhead for the toms?
No, I mic'd up all the toms individually.
And used it overhead.
I used 2 overheads. I used a close on the hi-hat. And I used a 57 on the snare, which sounds fucking wicked. Cool. I must admit. Like, somebody was saying that's the industry standard to use on a snare, but I was just like, is it?
I mean,
yeah. I've seen 57s.
Mass-produced mic in the world. It's
57s. You've got tons of those in recording studios around the globe.
Yeah, but I know it's an industry standard microphone, but to use on a snare, I was going to say
most people would use dedicated drum mics for a snare.
The weird clip-on ones.
Yeah, that's certainly what I've seen when I've done. Like, the worst thing I ever did was fucking run a festival stage because.
But live drum sounds are different than studio, because you don't want fucking your boom stands all left and right when you're playing live, but when you're doing it in the studio, it doesn't matter so much.
Yeah, well, by band 2, I'd fucked off all but one mic for the snare and one mic for the rest of the kit. Oh, sorry, there was a kick mic, a snare mic, and then I had a single boom arm over the right shoulder of the drummer, over the cymbals and toms, and was just like, that's all you have, and I'm not fucking... Because each drummer was bringing their own drum mics and going, no, I want to use my drum mics. Like, you're a drummer.
No, you fucking ain't.
This isn't even your kit. It's not even your kit. Fuck off. But yeah.
Do you want me to take an hour miking?
You've got 15 minutes to change over for a 40-minute set. Do you really want to spend
for 10 minutes, mate? Fuck off.
Yeah, you'll get to play for the sum total of 2 minutes.
The first drummer set up his own stuff, and he just sent me like 9 cables, and I'm like, oh, fucking.
Do you know what? I've seen people be that pedantic at jam nights where they're getting up for 3 fucking songs if they're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I need my amp on the stage, please.
There's only one jam night over here, and I've genuinely seen someone rock up to it with a 412 and a head, and I'm like, it's a blues jam night in the fucking back room of a pub with 20 people in it. You do not need a 412. What are you doing? And the guy's like wheeling in a 412.
I think jam lights are the reason I got serious into pedal boards, because I was sick of turning up to like a completely clean Fender or something like that, and just being like, how am I going to play Metallica on this? It's like, yeah, madness.
Indeed. I mean, you could play Madness with a clean Fender, but not Metallica.
You need a saxophone player.
You would. So you've done a little bit of recording of Paramore.
Yes, I'm going to get it all mixed up this week once I've got some like personal shit done out of the way.
Yeah.
And what I actually, somebody said you should have used not glass perspex things in front of the drums, to try and take away some of the
Baffles.
because you can hear Lisa's vocals kind of over some of the drums.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, but we don't have 5 meters of perspex,
But once it's all mixed, as long as it's all in time perfectly, it won't matter.
No, Lisa's doing the vocals tomorrow, and then it should come in quite nicely with the bleed that's over the mics anyway.
Oh, she was doing like a guide vocals then.
Yeah, she was kind of just doing like guide vocals for when we were tracking. For tones, everything was actually recorded on the Quad Cortex.
Nice. What amps are we using for this? Come on.
So for my guitar tracks, I'm actually using the PRS MT15.
Okay.
When I've been playing about with my sounds, that's kind of I was trying it, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually like really nice. It's got really good clean. It's got a really nice crunch. It's saturated and cuts through enough for the lead sort of sounds." So I was like, "Oh, that works quite nicely."
Yeah.
Bass is something.
Bass is a low guitar, yeah.
Yeah, like
say it's an Ampeg SVT and everyone will be happy.
It's an Ampeg SVT and everybody will be happy.
There you go. It's the best version of the SVT.
Yeah.
I think it was to be fair, I think it was like a Galen Kruger or
Galen
something.
Kruger, yeah.
Yeah, Galen Kruger, whatever that is, something.
They're the green, are they the green ones? No, that's Trace Elliott.
That's Trace, yeah.
Yeah. And Joe was using Soldano SLO for the rhythm.
Nice.
Because that's what kind of I set up for him on his head rush.
Yeah.
So I gave him one of the Soldano presets I used for that. And then once kind of Lisa's done her vocals, I'll probably then start just doing. I might double track a few extra bits.
I mean, how different are the guitar parts then? Are they?
So for the rhythm, they're it's kind of chugging on. We're in drop C sharp, so it's chugging on a few of the power chords. Whereas kind of with the lead guitar, it's a lot of octaves, so the octaves cut through quite a lot compared to obviously with the rhythm, but it's actually quite a nice balance. Only thing I want to do is, I was saying, just add some for the intro, like the da 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 da.
Yeah.
I'm gonna harmonize those sections. And put a tiny little bit of pitch shift or octave on it, and then other than that, that's all I kind of really need to do with it.
Nice. I'm down to claim with that. Can't wait to hear it.
The hardest bit is going to be editing all the video work for it. We had 8 cameras on the go at once.
Fuck.
Josh, I know we said this off camera, but I want to say it live as well. It was tight, man. The video you sent us of it was proper tight, and it was absolutely fantastic. I thought it sounded really good. And I don't even like Paramore, and I thought it sounded amazing.
Thank you.
We'll get him after the show, Josh. We'll get him.
I say I don't like it. I just never. never paid any attention to him, so it's not.
Oh, he's backtracking now. He's backtracking.
Kind of. I mean, I listened to them when I was in my teenage years, as I think probably most people did. Everybody kind of seen Hayley Williams.
You got to remember that Lee is 25 years older than you are.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Wait. I'm saying that's implying that he's 55. I mean, he looks good for his age, but Jesus.
Looks good.
I don't look good for the age that I am.
Yeah, kind of editing the video is going to be a bit fun.
Yeah.
The drummer he says like, oh well, I've bought these like lights that I use at home, and I had a look at them, these bright fucking like LED lights. And so actually, if I have them looking up from underneath the drums, it's going to really crisp up his movements quite nicely.
Cool.
I haven't even started to look at the video footage yet. I just want to get the song mixed and done, and then I can worry about the rest of it after.
Nice.
The only bit I did that I'm really proud of, and it was the smartest thing I think I've ever done. And you probably know at the start of the song when you hear Hayley go, hit that snare. I just had her in the room, and then I took the mics outside and stuck them outside, and then got her to shout it through that. And it's got the perfect sort of
like distance.
Yeah. And it works absolutely spot on. I was quite proud of that.
Cool. Yeah, I only ever listened to it when it was on Kerrang TV, and it just kicks in.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah, it's that one.
I didn't know that was that.
Right, Matt, you did a gig this week.
I did do a gig, just pretty standard party stuff. Just same old. Pretty, just nothing more to say than I've ever said about any other gig. Just, pissed people makes good gig.
Indeed,
earlier in the night when people are not pissed, less good because people are like don't want to embarrass themselves. And then
they have no qualms once they've drunk a bit, do they?
And they don't really care. Yeah. So pretty standard run of the mill party gig. We're basically just kind of like both bands now are just kind of warming up for TT.
And it's not both bands that are playing, is it? You've only got the one.
Well, one of them's now got one gig at the same stage that the Darkness are on and Chic are on.
Nice.
They're doing like alternate days, so there's like a UK band, then a local band night, then a UK band, and it's obviously free entry for the locals. We're on. Like, I finish work at 5 o'clock because I can't get any time off work, and I'm on stage at 6 o'clock.
Fucking hell. Okay.
We start at 6 o'clock, so I have to get there, set up, and thing. But actually, they've got amps on stage, and I think one of them is a Marshall. Is it the 1962? Okay. I can't remember exactly, but it's basically a almost like a 212 combo of the amp that I'm running anyway. So I'll just I'll use that one.
Nice.
And the other guitarist can either bring his own amp or
get fucked.
Or
that's his problem.
There's an orange there, so he's got the option of that. But the thing is, he's a teacher, so that he can be there from 4:30, whereas I'd leave the office at 5 if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
We're just saying actually about bog standard gigs, whatever. I want to just kind of get everybody's opinion on this because it was something I saw when I was down at a stag do a couple of weeks back. And there was this, generic band that were just playing, let me entertain you and all these other bits and pieces, which is fine. The problem I had was they were playing the songs and the actual guitarist on both sides were flicking across through tab books of every song they were doing in this pub.
I personally don't like it. What I will say is I play in a band where one of the guys who sings has got an iPad.
Yeah.
And for certain songs, not for everything that we do, but occasionally he'll just have the words up because he forgets.
Yeah, I mean,
that I understand, but when you're actually playing the
not like flick, he's definitely not like flicking through tab books or anything. That's not for me. I watched one of my mates got married about 4 or 5 years ago, and there was an 8-piece band, and every single one of them had music in front of them. And
nerds.
You don't. There's no crowd interaction. They're doing funk stuff and like 80s soul and things like that, and 70s soul, and that was the kind of thing. And it was good party music, but you couldn't interact with the band. There was no looking up at them because they were all just stood there behind the music stand.
That's pretty much what we do, and none of us use music. I mean, the singer, again, she's got an iPad that's clipped to the mic stand. I've got a music stand that's got the lyrics to Africa because they're fucking nonsensical.
Well, I hear the drums echoing.
It's so
tonight.
easy. It goes.
Not lyrics, but good try.
I hear
Matt,
the
say
drums
hi.
echoing tonight.
Say hi, Matt.
Yeah,
Hi, Matt.
I mean, we went through this, didn't we? And you get to about line 3.
Something
and
about quiet conversations.
Yeah.
Something about
silver
Africa
moon,
being
silver wings reflect the moon that guide us towards salvation. Like what?
And then they mention Kilimanjaro being next to the Serengeti, despite the fact that they're like 1,000 miles away from each other.
Yeah, like emotionally they're next to each other.
Because Africa is all one place.
Indeed,
Everything.
yeah, that's
Well,
it.
it's not.
The continent. So, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, only nerds read. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if you gave me a tab book and said play along to this tab book with this band, I would just look at you and go no.
Yeah.
Throw the tab book on the floor. No,
I physically couldn't do it.
No.
If you put me
My
into
sight
a
read's
song
not
that
that
I'd
good.
never played before in my life and said, okay, stand here and just jam to this song, I'll be fine.
Yeah, if I can improvise, it's absolutely fine. If you tell me to play along with the song with this tabs, I will probably start maybe at the same time as everyone else, and by about 4 notes in, I'll be like 3 bars behind everyone, and then by about 6 notes in, they'll be on the chorus, and I'll be at the start of the first verse.
Yeah.
You sure you're not a bassist?
No comment.
I've got a situation where the keyboard player who happens to organise our stuff has sent me a song today and said, "Oh, we're thinking of putting this one in like one of the gigs soon. We've got a rehearsal tomorrow." So I have absolutely fuck all time to practice. But the way that I tend to pick up music is I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it a few times. I'll get it in my head, get the order, get the melody bits kind of in my head. And I've played enough tunes that I can just figure shit out. Like, I'll go, oh, that sounds like this lick here. I'll do that. And then I've got a chord chart for where the rest of, like, where my mind doesn't fill in the blanks.
Yeah, I'm not quite that. Like, some songs, if the guys say, oh, we should do this, and then just start jamming it, because one of the bands, they do that, like, out of practice will go, oh, why don't we add this one in, because somebody knows it, and they'll start playing it. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And, like, the odd time you can do it, like, if it's something pretty simple, like, you go, it's probably in 12 bar, or, it's probably, generic chord progression A that every pop song that's ever been written is in. But if it's not something like that, then I start to struggle. I certainly can't do, the first part of this lick is from that song, and the second part of this lick is from that song, and I can't do any of that.
Yeah, I tend to like hear if I've got chord progressions, because I never bothered learning. What fucking song was it? Put a Spell on You. It was the Annie Lennox version. But I know what minor chords sound like. I know what Dom 7 chords sound like. And I know that it's roughly going to be like following.
Dame.
Yeah, it's got to be following these certain chords. So I played along with it and naturally did the chords anyway. But it's put me at a bit of a disadvantage because if I forget how it sounds, I'm completely fucked.
Yeah. I mean, I've had that, like, I had like a 4-month break from gigging this year for the first time in a long time, and we got to a gig because we had 2 rehearsals beforehand, and we kept going, oh yeah, we know this one, and not bothering with it.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 songs, and then there's like one that I start, and I'm like, skip it, and they're like, what do you mean skip it? And I'm like, I don't even know what the rhythm of my right hand is, let alone what my left hand should be doing. Skip it.
Yeah. Well, we've got
and
a few.
It'll be something simple as well, but I just like, it drops out your head, and that's it, and you just look at that, and you go, nah.
Yeah, we've got some generic riffs in E. There's like 3 songs that it could be, and I've played the wrong riff to the song, and we've had to just roll with it.
Was it roll with it?
No, it was
rolling.
roll with it's not in E, is it? But it was.
I don't actually know. Probably in G, no, in Oasis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
smart money is going on G, isn't it? Right. I've got a few things that I've been up to this week. I've just noticed the time, and I think we're probably heading towards a quite lengthy cast already. So I'm going to expedite the process a little bit. So first thing, I recorded a video for Pedalboards of Doom.
Yes, you did.
Indeed. So a little while ago, Lee got in contact with the company Gamla Workshops that make.
No, they contacted me.
Well, there you go. Lee responded to a contact from Gamla Workshops, and they basically make kind of like inverted pedal train kind of style, where you've got like the inside part of a pedal train, like the weird kind of shell bit, is where you put the pedals, and they're designed to like be mini pedal boards, like mini pedal boards, which is kind of cool. I put these together and put through like 4 mini pedals in it. Then I realised I don't have 4 mini pedals that I'm that sold on. Like I've not got a drive, like a mini pedal drive that I'm thinking, yeah, that's the one for me. So
yeah,
I had to improvise, much like Bear Grylls. So I flipped the thing upside down.
a bit more like MacGyver, I'd say.
Poop in a bag and squeeze all the water out of it and drink it.
Yeah, for some reason I'm eating my own shit, but this pedalboard's great. I mean, fuck, I want to redo the video now.
I mean, I want to come in on this. Right, just before dinner today, my son walks in and goes, "I pooed on the grass." So I had to deal with that just before dinner. That was not
high five to him, nature man. So yeah, look, I ended up flipping the pedal board upside down because it's got handles on the top of the pedal board. They work almost like a wedge, so it's like really kind of pedal board shaped. And then where you'd usually put the pedals works as a really cool place to store a pedal power supply. So I managed to have like a power supply and then had full size pedals rather than the mini pedals stacked on top of this Gamla board, and it's impressed me so much that I'm going to be using it for rehearsal tomorrow.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool. I got to use a pedal that I'd not used before, which was the Tone City something, Model M, I think it is, like a Marshall style. A little bit like
Is that the bigger, wider one?
Yeah, like the golden Plexi, I think it is. But it's...
Yeah, and they had one that was was there the Prince of Tone, or no, it was the
King of Blues.
King of Blues, that was it.
Yeah, and there was a couple of them. There was a Model M, there was a Model B as well. I think it was like boogie based.
I don't know. I had one of whatever the orange one that was like a drive pedal and a boost.
Yeah, like very similar setup. It was like Marshall. It's got like 2 modes: high gain and crunch, and then you've got a boost that goes into it. The boost really doesn't do a lot of volume boosting, but does boost the gain. So you've essentially got 2 gain stages. So I've got that. I've also got the Moore yellow comp because it is the best comp. And then I had a modulation. I just put a Helix phaser from TC.
A lot of people love that yellow comp, don't they?
They do.
I sold mine.
But the main reason I chose the phaser is because the other 2 pedals were yellow. So I thought, what can I get away with that's yellow? I kept with the theme, and it looked cool.
If it's yellow, keep it mellow.
Indeed.
And the board is blue, so effectively you're playing the Swedish flag.
Or the Ukrainian flag.
Indeed.
Green
yes.
pedal board.
Ah,
Political.
yes.
But there you go. I made a pedal board. I also used pedal patch cables for the first time ever.
They're great, aren't they?
They are absolutely fantastic. Like I was sure that I was going to fuck one up, but
No, you can't.
I did it fine.
I mean, if you
if you use the little clipper he gives you, you're fine. But if you try doing it with like a pair of scissors or whatever, or like a pair of pliers, it won't work.
I do it with pliers and it works fine.
You do it with pliers and it works fine. Say hi, Matt.
It does. Hi, Matt. In fact, I do it with the world's cheapest fucking out of a Christmas cracker pair of pliers that is also a tiny saw and a tiny screwdriver and a tiny knife.
That's wicked. I'm down with that. Yeah, I was considering using.
Got my name engraved on it because I got it when I was like 6.
Cool. Back when Christmas crackers used to be awesome. Yeah, I was considering using a Stanley blade, but I did have one of those little snipping tools, so I thought, why not? And
it's like a circumcision tool for someone with a really small willy.
How did you know?
There we go.
Do you think circumcision is where you cut the willy off?
Absolutely. So yeah, I used that. I made up 3 cables, and each and every one of them worked. So I was a happy bunny. That's really cool. And I've got 2 full complete, like the big packs that I bought probably about 2 years ago, and I'm now considering like rewiring my main board because I need to be a grown up now. I need to do it.
Speaking of main board, I've just given good old Marcus Deluxe a deposit or majority of the money for my big pedal board I'm planning. So maybe I'll have to try these cables out because apparently you swear by them already.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're very good. They're very good. I mean, I've like seen Phil at shows quite a lot. He's an absolutely stand-up guy. He's so cool, and like the customer service that he gives with his stuff is always absolutely excellent. Like you contact him and go, I'm looking to make a board, and your packs only do like this amount. Like you get like 5 cables out of it, but I need like another couple of connectors. He'll be like, yeah, cool, I'll sort you out.
Yeah. I bought a pack for 5 cables. Put it together onto my board, and I was like, I basically put an order through on his website for another 6 connectors to make another 3 pedals, and he was like, look, if you're buying that many, just buy this. Like, it's actually cheaper for you to just buy another thing, and okay, you don't need the cable, but when it comes to it, and you want to change your board again, and it was literally like he was like, there's no point in you spending £5 less than the box, just take the rest of the like. Here's enough for another 5, and he'll just like logically talk things through to you and say, actually, like, you paid for this, but you might as well just take this, and it's £5 more or whatever. He like the customer service was absolutely fantastic. I've got one board set up wired with his stuff and one with the pedal patch stuff, practical patch stuff as well, because I wanted one board that was wired with pink cables, and just giant child.
You might not know this, but Phil is actually an excellent graphic artist as well, and he designed the latest Pedal Boards of Doom logo.
Nice.
Cool. I was going to say it looks very similar to his logo, because I'm just looking right now. It looks very similar. Yeah, it's got
a similar art style. He's also pretty fucking good at guitar. Like during lockdown, his band released a version of Burn by Deep Purple, and he absolutely ripped that solo a new asshole.
Nice. Like, I haven't listened. I want to hear that. He also has exactly the same Zilla cab as I do, because we both saw it at a guitar show, and we were both like, yes, I really want that.
He does the lime green one. Yeah, I've seen that at shows quite a few times.
And then I got one on order.
Right, we've done enough for lighting pedal patch, Phil. Yeah, he's a great dude, but I mean, give the guy a break. He can only get so much S in there, can't he? What have we done? Am I on the right week? What's going on? Who am I? Oh yeah.
What's that over there? Are those my feet?
Yeah. So, yesterday, basically, just before lockdown started, me and Yeomans had tickets to go see Robert Cray in Birmingham. And then, of course, the world closed and he cancelled, quite rightly. It was rescheduled for the year afterwards. And then we had another lockdown.
Is that what happened?
That got cancelled again. This time around, he rescheduled Birmingham dates. Tour dates. None of which were in Birmingham. Closest one, Oxford. So
That's
we went
basically
on a
Birmingham,
road
isn't it?
trip.
Oxford and Birmingham are basically the same place.
I
Up
mean,
north.
my ass getting in at like 12:30 last night suggests otherwise.
Should have gone out the pub then, should you?
I mean, we had a cheeky tipple.
Let's be honest, though. If you're going to really complain about going to Oxford for a gig, let's just take a moment to think about Matt here. When do bands ever go to the Isle of Man? Let's be fair.
If you're lucky, they might come to the Villa, but it's never big touring bands or specifically blues artists. They'd never come here. You get we're lucky enough that for TT this year, there's a couple of bands that I would actually pay to see if I hadn't seen them before. Like Madness are over, and I'm going to the Darkness. And if Chic wasn't stupidly priced, I might go to that. But in a general normal year, it'll be the Pixies come over or generic 90s band that you don't really listen to anymore.
Reef or someone.
Yeah, so the other option we have is to fly off the island and fly home again. So that's about £100. Generally, you've got to stay overnight. So that's another probably £100 if you're in a city centre. And then you've got to pay for the tickets, which is 40, 50, 60, £100 depending on who you're going to see. So yeah, it all adds up.
Yeah.
We'll gloss over how much I spent on Rammstein this year then.
I mean, I'll stop complaining about having to go to Oxford then. Okay, I'll get back in my box. But we did get to see Robert Cray, and despite our joking every time that we mentioned the Robert Cray gig, he did not get on the stage and go, "It's time to get cray." Not once.
What a shame.
However, he was hilarious. He was cracking jokes between a few of the songs, which was pretty cool. He played 2 guitars all night, and they were pretty much
at the same time.
Yeah, it was like Michelangelo Battier. No, he played. He switched between these 2 guitars each all night. Both of them standard tuned, or maybe E flat, but both of them essentially the same tuning. And he just switched them as and when they got a little bit out of tune. Because if you're not,
that's been a little bit of a diva.
I mean, if you're not aware of Robert Cray's technique, he's a little bit like the blues equivalent of Zakk Wylde, where he just beats the guitar into submission rather than where someone would usually strum a chord. He punches the chord, and then the sounds come out. He's an extremely heavy-handed player. He plays 14-gauge strings as well because he's a madman. But he was switching up between this dark purple Strat and this 2-tone sunburst Strat.
He must be hitting it.
How
really
the fuck
hard
has
to
he
put
got
14s?
Because I've got 13s on my baritone, and they're mental in drop A as it is. So fucking 14s on a standard scale.
His neck must be like that.
No, the truss rod is just pure steel. It's not even. Yeah, it's not it's not a dual action. It's just an iron rod that goes through the entire neck. But yeah, he plays ridiculously heavy strings. If you look very closely at his hands, each of his fingers have got a 6-pack on them. So he's living the dream.
I think you're selling him better than anyone's ever sold him. You should.
I would not want to be his missus.
Oh dear! I think there's. We're going to leave that one there.
I mean, we built it up. I'm thinking Robert Cray might really like this podcast, and then Josh just
smashed it out of the park.
Atomic finger blast. Okay, we went there. But yeah, so he played 2 Strats all night. He had 2 effects as well. He was basically running wet, dry, wet rig by the looks of it, with 2 matchless, 2 12, 50-watt stacks by the looks of it, and then some
stacks
kind
or
of
combos.
No stacks. And then in the center was a smaller Fender combo. I think like a Vibro.
Yeah.
Vibro Lux, is it?
Vibro Lux,
I bet he had
Vibromatic.
it on all the time,
Vibrogive.
just going ever so slightly.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he switched on and off between it. It weren't that the entire time, and occasionally he'd use a chorus, but he was like the epitome of just simple setup, because he'd like knock the volume down for rhythm, and then when it was lead, it was like turn the volume up, and it was that. It was so just raw, and I loved it.
And just to clarify, if you too want this simple setup, all you will need is two mattresses, a fucking Vibrolux, a chorus pedal, a fucking whatever Strat or whatever he's playing with.
Yeah, like the Robert Cray signature Strat. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it was a cheap setup, but it was like in terms of complexity, it was quite simple.
Wet rig.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Shall we do our hot take?
We shall do our hot take. Yes, we shall.
Yes.
So
Cray's setup is not simple.
I mean, it's not a hot take, I suppose. So this previous week's hot take, which we got a bit of flack for in the various groups, saying, "Oh, that's not a hot take." Yeah, get to fuck. It was new guitar pedals do not make you better.
Correct.
I mean, you're on the winning side. When I took the stats on that one, we had 42 for yes and 33 for no. When this poll was first out for the first day, it was 1 person for yes and about 20 for no. So we got there. We got there, kids. We got there.
What about tuner pedals?
They literally turn your guitar off. That makes you worse.
Are they helping you practice? They can help you practice tuning.
There you go.
They can help you practice tuning, but they're not going to help you make you a better guitarist. Just because you're in tune doesn't mean that you can play.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was a little bit harsh at the start there, but we had some really cool discussion with this one. I thought actually, out of all of our hot takes, this one has been one of the best ones. So.
Until now,
let's open up a big old can of worms. Josh, you submitted this one for hot take this week, didn't you? What are you saying?
And this is where I'm going to shoot myself in the foot, but at the same time, bear with me. Tone does not come from your wood, therefore wood does not matter in your quest for tone.
Is this each individual man, and why are we not letting the women join in on this?
What?
He's talking about erections.
Penis. Right. So now we've got that out of the way.
So
wood does not affect tone. Is essentially your.
Now I sit on the fence with this, and I will explain.
And the fence is made of wood.
Yes.
Is that affecting your tone?
How ironic. So I am a firm believer that wood doesn't affect the tone of your guitar or whatever bullshit opinion you think of it. However, now this is where my opinion becomes a little bit stuck. So I have 2 guitars that are both alder bodies, mahogany necks, ebony fretboards, same scale length. They both have Floyd Roses. They both have Goto tuners. Both made in Korea. Both have the same pickup set in them. Yeah. The only thing that is different is one of the pickup sets is brushed aluminium and the other is chrome. And yet the 2 guitars do sound slightly different. But
that's metal, though, not wood. Yeah. The difference there is metal, not wood.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell myself.
You've essentially rendered the tone of the guitar useless with the Floyd Rose.
If you get 6 different Les Pauls and you put them into the same Marshall, they're all going to sound the same.
No,
if you get a Strat,
sorry, that's completely incorrect. You go and put 5 different Gibsons through one Marshall, every single one of them is going to sound completely different, and that's one.
I mean, not
it's so
completely.
hard to buy a Les
completely is a
Paul.
bit of a misnomer here. They will sound a little different.
No, they sound a lot different. They do.
They're not going to
Even
sound
the
like a
same
fucking
bloody
Strat now,
model.
are they? Let's be fair.
Okay, but they're also not going to sound like a honking horn, are they? You know,
Yes, they're going to sound like a Les Paul.
different.
A slightly different Les Paul than the last one that you just plugged in.
So, I mean, I'm firmly in the camp of the wood probably makes more of a difference than anybody wants to admit.
Yeah.
But it's not the most significant. There's a lot of, sorry, not a lot, but there's a small group of people out there who are definitely in the camp of the wood is the most important thing, and if you don't have the right wood, then you might as well not even make the guitar.
Yeah.
And that's absolute horseshit. Like,
Yeah.
wood comes way after things like pickup choices and like things like, you know,
Yeah, just
even
the
like your
electronics
hardware and
in general.
electronics.
Like,
all of that shit is far more important than whatever wood the guitar is made out of. Even your fucking paint job. If you throw a load of nitrocellulose, a load of
polyurethane,
polyurethane lacquer
yeah.
over your wood, it's going to sound completely different to if you have a nitro finish that can actually like breathe.
Yeah, like porous
and also,
breathe.
if you've got 4 inches thick of fucking polyurethane, like some of the cheap Squires have got, doesn't matter what your wood is because your guitar's basically plastic anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the main thing. But if you've got a good quality instrument, once you start paying for like half decent stuff, then absolutely, I do think that the quality of the wood, even like obviously different wood types will have slightly different things, but sounds. But certainly the quality of the wood that you've got. So even if you have 2 guitars that are made of mahogany and one of them's got full of knots and one of them is a nice piece of guitar, they'll resonate differently and they'll play differently.
It's true. Matt's pretty much bang on. The only thing I think you missed was the power of the pickups.
Yeah.
If you got like filtertrons, like you got on a Gretsch or something, they're gonna let through the sound of the wood much more than if you've got a set of EMGs.
Yeah, like you put EMGs in anything and it sounds like an EMG.
Yeah.
Whereas the more subtle the pickup, it plays more of a difference. Where I'm standing on this one is that wood does affect tone. I think, like Matt says, it's not the be all and end all, but it affects it more than I had, more than I perceived it to be. Because I was fully of the camp that actually, if you slam like a decent set of pickups in something, you can pretty much make it sound the way that you want it to. However, the Ibanez Fireman that I have got is a full mahogany. It's essentially a Gibson. It's a full mahogany, mahogany neck, mahogany body, but it's a Strat setup. It's 3 single coils. I thought if I put like a generally kind of Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texasy Alnico 5 set in that, I'll get somewhere near Strat sounding. And it ain't happened. It still says like the single coils in that mahogany body sound unlike single coils would sound in a Strat. They sound quite thick and almost humbuckery because of the tone of the wood, the density of the wood that it's resonating with. And no matter what I've tried, I cannot get that guitar to sound stratty enough for my taste. So
I've got definitive evidence on tone wood making a difference. So we released a pickup world on Tonepedia. We've got over 100 different sets of pickups that we've recorded, and what we do is we record them into the same, all of them into the same guitar. And what one of the choices companies have is if we're doing it into a Strat, they can have it either with a maple or a rosewood neck. And some companies choose to have it done with both, so we record it with both. So same set of pickups, different necks, 2 different necks, and you can hear the difference. And we've done this on lots of different pickup sets. So it's as scientific as it has been done so far.
Yeah.
And extensively done as well. And yeah, it sounds different.
And
you can't argue with that. It does sound different.
The final thing I'll say is, if you don't want to hear the difference, then just put a lot of drive on, and then you won't hear the difference.
Yeah, the more compression that you put on it, be that like saturation through like loudness or through just adding gain to it, the more that you render those subtle differences essentially useless.
Yeah, it's a very subtle thing. It's not like I say, there's so much more that kind of contributes ahead of it, and it just is the final kind of like 2% on the end of your tone. But you can take that 2% away with, a drive pedal, or like you said earlier, Floyd Rose. If you've just got the strings attached completely at the neck, at the like screwed down fixed nut thing, and your Floyd Rose, then it's not really interacting with the wood anymore anyway. It's interacting with some springs and the nut. So at that point, you're just getting the tone of the pickups.
Yeah, and the way that those bridges float as well, they're contacted to the body on two tiny points.
Yeah.
So
one of the best things about a decent guitar is the resonance back and the feeling back. It's a bit like when you're standing in front of a loud amp and you feel it back through you. If you can pick up a guitar unplugged that gives you that sort of resonance, almost like a hollow body, but we're talking solid bodies here, really. You will, if you can get that sort of resonance all up the neck, so you're feeling what you're playing as much as through the wood as through the strings, then that's a good wood.
I mean, to back up Josh's argument, because I think we've spent a good 15 minutes here completely shitting on that argument.
Sorry, mate.
I've got a rack of guitars there, ranging from expensive
Strat.
No, I've got Strats, I've got Tellys, I've got Gibson-esque guitars, ranging in a vast range of price points. I've got Gibson Custom Shop. What's it called? The Midtown is from the Gibson Custom range, all the way down to that Quincy SG kind of special,
which Voxy is SG thing.
Yeah, which that's going to be the cheapest bit of wood that you could strap a guitar, strap strings to, and call a guitar without it being one of the really terrible unplayable things. That thing, despite being the cheapest cuts of wood that could have been put together, fantastic sounding guitar, fantastic player. So, from that side of the argument, is the wood affecting the tone all that much? Because that thing still manages to sound absolutely great, and it's it's probably pallet wood. So
I mean, it doesn't have to be. We're not saying that you have to have certain woods sound better than others. What we're saying is certain woods sound different to others.
Yeah, and that again, it's down to how you interpret the question. Because last week, people interpreted the pedals make you a different player as actually some pedals can inspire you to play, and if you're inspired to play, then is that not making you a better player?
Which was my argument, yeah.
No, it's not. Just because you're picking up the guitar does not mean you are improving your guitar playing.
I mean, Matt, we won. You don't need to.
Yes, but I need to crush them. I need to crush them.
Destroy. So we're leaving that to you, viewers, listeners, whatever you are, all of you guys and girls. So in the Facebook group, the Fret Talk Podcast Facebook group, and possibly in the Pedal Wars Doing one, it will be shared. Vote on this. However you decide to interpret this statement, and it will have vague and meandering poll choices, and that's the way that we do this. So get off my back.
If we didn't really talk too much about metal guitars, but you could basically make a metal guitar out of almost anything you want. That's why so many of them are basswood and just order. You look at any of Satriani or Steve Vai's guitars, and they're mainly basswood, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but that goes back to it's because, like with a trem system, you're not really interacting with the wood. So I guess actually,
and the pickups.
What we didn't say is that, for those guitars, actually, Josh is probably right.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say that because I'm obviously in my camp, and my camp is right, and Josh's is therefore wrong. But Josh is actually probably a bit right when it comes to Floyd Rose guitars, in the anything with that kind of trem. And that's also, I know, like you keep telling me to just bolt down the trem system on a Strat, but that's why I want a hardtail Strat, because there's more wood there and they resonate more. And I don't want a Strat with a hole in the middle. I want a Strat that functions as a guitar as opposed to a detuning monster.
I mean, once you bolt them down, the detuning monster isn't there. It doesn't happen. All of mine
doesn't resonate as well because of there's fucking springs and metal and nonsense in where there should be wood.
I mean, I've never had any issues with sustain on a Strat.
I think this is going to be a very much 50-50 vote in terms of things, because I've seen a lot of people saying, like, going the same way that Josh does on it.
Cool.
People see people just set up a few strings in the air with a pickup, and they're going, "Oh, look, still get his guitar sound." So
yes, you can. Yes, I suppose you can. There's that weird aluminium thing where it's got no neck and it's just frets attached to what is essentially a truss rod.
Yes, yeah.
And it still sounds like a guitar.
And
sounds wicked.
The one thing that we're completely ignoring is the Variax. Which doesn't change wood, but changes and sounds like the new woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's voodoo trickery, though. That is the work of the devil.
I'd like to mention a little bit of news today, because I did promise at least one of the companies that we would.
Okay. Black Star? Yeah. We got to tell about the Black Star? No, we'll mention that next week on the 250th special. Go on, Lee. What are we saying?
Okay, so my friend Andrea, who owns AC Noises, he was one of the very first companies who supported pedal boards and doing back in the day. He sent us some of the very first pedals to demo on. Like, if you go back through the videos, like, they are crap, but they are like
we've learned
super early.
Yeah,
we've improved. We've actually got a thing today, didn't we, boys? For knocking. No, it wasn't today, but I found it today, which was for knocking out 250 videos.
Indeed. Yeah, 250 videos, 250 episodes of the podcast. It's like fate is telling us something. I don't know what, but it's doing it.
So AC Noises knocked out the Urla, which it's a bit weird. And when they first started doing pedals, they did like a tube screamer, a distortion, and a fuzz. That was it. And they were really pretty. They were really lovely looking pedals, and they had like very block colors, and then they'd have a really nice picture on them. And this is in the same vein as that. But recently, and I say recently, over the last like 4 years or whatever, they've been making quite odd pedals, and it's really taken them up into the stratosphere in terms of popularity. Like, no one really knew about who they were very much before. With the one of their most famous pedals, I think it's called the Hammer, which is a reverb and I think it's a bit crusher.
The
all
Hammer.
in one.
Like,
no,
what it nails with.
Yeah.
Hammer.
With this, they've created this very interesting thing. So if you're going to create a fuzz, one of the things that you do not normally try to replicate is one of the digital fuzzes that have come out over the years.
Okay, yeah.
And this is the Boss CMOS, the Custom fuzz on one part of it. Yeah. And then it goes from that into a dual resonance filter, which you can affect. I know, it's mental. That you can affect with an expression pedal if you want to. You've got high pass, you've got low pass, which you can switch between. both the filter and the fuzz are switchable on and off by the pedal. Let me share my screen with you guys so you can actually see what it is I am talking about. Now, Josh,
Me.
you know where this is going to come in really cool?
What's that?
This is going to come in really cool for those Rammstein filter sweep things. You know, like when they're playing something really heavy and then they kind of like sweep it in with the wah pedal.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the tones that you're probably going to be able to nail with this. But it's going to do a lot more. It's going to be absolutely mental. There are some videos of it. I've not managed to watch any of them yet, but I'm going to as soon as we've finished with the podcast.
Hey, it's that one who does the harp demos.
Emma, yeah.
Indeed.
She's lovely, she is.
Well, if you want to send me one to demo one, I'll test it with the Rammstein principle.
I'm getting one in approximately July. I will have a play with it and probably send it over to you to have a play with it yourself.
Because that would be very interesting to try and see if it would get that sort of...
Does it Rammstein?
Does it Stein? I think we're going to get lots of very strange tones coming out of this thing. And what I love about this sort of thing is how out of the box it is. Like, it looks great as well. How cool is that? I love the symmetry of it. We got like the 3 knobs there, and then you got the 5 knobs, smaller knobs here, and then this skull.
Everywhere a knob.
it just looks like
a party.
There is something very Italian styling about all their pedals, and they are Italian. But yeah, it's so super cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It looks really nice. I do like how it looks.
I'm interested to hear it.
Yeah, he's also got a thing down here about what the name means. It means to scream, but in a second person imperative. So you scream.
What I would be very interested
scream
with this now is with the Quad Cortex, obviously you have the ability to capture pedals on here, not just amps.
Mm-hmm.
But it says with capturing things, you can only do like fuzzes, drives, those sorts of things. So I'd be interested to know how it would capture, especially if it's got like kind of the dual resonant filter. It's going to be very interesting.
What I love about how he's described it is he really hasn't like pulled any punches. And he's saying like the CMOS chip is basically there's no in between, there's no dynamic range, there's no vintage tone or anything like that. It's ones and zeros. It's basically a square wave. It's kind of like
yeah, it's chainsaw in your tone.
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tone, isn't it? Like we've got an abundance of delicate, vintage-styled fuzz tones. So why not aim for some of these kind of gnarlier digital fuzzes?
Yeah, I really struggle to get excited about fuzz. I was saying earlier, I've got 4 out of my 100 pedals. I've got 4.
And we've circled back around. I think we are a good hour-ish into this podcast now, so we should probably wrap up. So, Patreon backers, you are awesome. You facilitate this nonsense. Thank you so much. For as little as $2 a month, you can be one of these cool kids. They are just much better than regular people. And you can be part of that crew. It's not exclusive, but it is pay to play. The people who back us are as follows. It's Mr. Andrew Bimson, Mr. Adam Yeomans, Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and of the Just Surprise Me podcast. We have got, hang on, just one sec. There we go. We have got Mr. Hugh G. Rection. We have got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. And we've got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast. And the Second Button podcast. Damn it, Lee. Damn you. If you want to catch me online, I am BudgetPedalChap. As always, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. YouTube is the home to the No Talk Tone series and the home to the No Talk Tone Versus series. I think this week we've got the Third Dimension by TC.
Woo.
It's mental. I'm not entirely sure that I even got all of the settings, I'll be honest. So let me know if I missed one.
I'd like to AB that against the Dimension C.
Cool. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Josh, where can we find you?
In Birmingham.
In Birmingham. We can find you, Joshy ZK.
Joshy ZK, the Guitar Geeks podcast, and Paramore GB.
Indeed. I'm going to say that we can find Lee at Pedalboards of Doom on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram, mainly because he's, once again, deep-throating his microphone. So I need to edit that out. Matt, where can we find you? You're Hill_MattQ at everything apart from Twitch. Fuck you, Twitch.
Yeah, not everything.
You're on TikTok.
Yeah, Matt, get on TikTok.
Totally, yeah.
only
I am
Hill_MattQ
on TikTok. Tickety
My
Talk
mate
on
Stu
the
is a
clock.
coach driver and he started doing TikTok, and it's like he's getting lots of followers talking about his coach. It's really weird.
That's the way they
Did you
roll.
not tell you that coach is a euphemism for something?
Right. So
Someone
this
who
is where
teaches
we
children
wrap the
football.
podcast up. We're gonna wrap it. So from myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, from Mr. Matt Quine, say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Damn it! It's the start of the podcast again. Shit. From Lee Padabadadoo and from Joshy ZK, it will be a tatty boy and good night for this week. Ta-ra, a bit.
Bye.
Bye. How do you know how heavy a red hot chili pepper is?
Give it away.
Give it
now.
away. Give it away. Give it away now.
Yeah, you fucking do. Yes. You were keeping that.